Hi, this is Pat Moorhead with More Insights and Strategy, and we are here for another More Insights and Strategy podcast. And I am just so excited to have the head of automotive here from NI. How are you doing, Drita?
I'm wonderful. Thanks so much, Pat, for having me on today.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know you're up in Michigan, and the fun part about doing remote is I can be in Austin and you can be in Michigan. But is it like chilly? Is it freezing? Are you freezing up there in snow, or how is it going up there?
Well, it's pretty cold. It's the low. It's in the low numbers right now. Very cold, but that's okay. We're in Michigan. We're used to it. We got about 6 inches of snow yesterday, so all is good in Michigan.
I love it. I grew up in Ohio, and I grew up in snow, but I don't see a lot of snow these days, except of course when I travel. But hey, we're here to talk about NI, and we're here to talk about how NI sees the automotive market, what it does in the automotive market, and kind of what you're seeing out there in the marketplace. But I think the best place to start is maybe we talk about your role at NI and how NI plays into the automotive industry. I've researched you guys for a decade, so I have a pretty good idea, but my listeners are here to learn.
Wonderful. Well, again, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here to talk about NI and again how we really interface and help our customers be able to bring products to the market a lot quicker. And so, first, I just want to introduce myself quickly. I am the Senior Vice President and General Manager of the Transportation Business Unit. I just started actually with NI early January, and I'm very excited. It's an exciting space. The automotive industry is just an exciting space altogether. We really are focused on working with our customers. And as you mentioned earlier, we've been working with our customers for decades, and we've really been focused on helping our customers test and measure and really give some software solutions to bring products to the market for quite some time. We have a new focus now, more obviously into the new technologies that everybody's really working on today, and that's within the electrification and that advanced driver assistance system area. And so we're really accelerating our growth, and we're really accelerating our technology as well as our new innovation within those areas. So, I think it goes back to a lot of people are obviously challenged to bring all these new technologies to market. The focus really is to make sure that they come to market safer, they're higher performing, they're emission free, and there's a lot of really great things out there to help with bringing these items to market. And NI is really integral in that. We want to really, again, we're in the midst of providing some really key test solutions that are going to help bring these different modules to market and really these vehicles faster to market.
So first off, super impressed that you're at the company less than a month and they let you talk to the outside world. I, for one, have never had a job where they'll let me do that. So you must be special, or there's something wrong with me. But
or me.
yeah, but it is fascinating how NI has moved up to the food chain. A lot of people who haven't checked in on NI, they see it as some of the test equipment, a piece of hardware, but the company has expanded into ecosystems, big data. Data is everything. And when it comes to a lot of these new automotive technologies, it is all about the data. And whether it's EV or whether it's ADAS or whether it's autonomous driving, it is all about the data. And so what I do want to drill down on are electric vehicles, lovingly referred to as EVs. What is overall the industry test and measurement's role in bringing EV technology to life?
Yeah, and now it's a great question. Really, electrification, EVs, it's not a new thing. It's been out there for quite some time, but the innovation in which it's coming to market and how fast these vehicles are coming to market is really an amazing thing. So there's things that NI is always innovating, always trying to make sure that we keep up with that. But there is a level of, if you look at how fast the market is going, there's approximately 100 BEVs that are coming to market by 2024. And NI is really working closely with those customers, not only in the validation area, but also all the way to that production area. And to your exact point, hardware is always critical to that, but in the end, it's really the data that comes out of that, how you analyze that data and what that means. And then it's literally processing that data to be able to help in the end make the right decisions and bring those vehicles to life quicker in the market, so consumers like you and I can go purchase those great vehicles that are going to come out.
Yeah, I mean, EVs are key, and literally, it's the benchmark is coming down to how many miles per charge, or key parts, and then you're even talking about life and death when you're talking about ADAS and autonomous driving. But it is all about the data. So I want to talk to you about the initiatives like Vision Zero, the pressure, from consumer demand. It's like, we can't fulfill demand out there. Global regulations. How has this affected the development for EV technology?
Yeah, and I think you touched upon a couple of really key points: international climate initiatives, clean transport incentives, initiatives again like Vision Zero, really, that are out there, all driving mergers, joint development, acquisitions, record-breaking investments, billions of dollars that are coming out of OEMs to really achieve this, and I think it goes back to, again, we are hand in hand working with our customers from an OEM side as well as the tier side to really understand those ever-changing requirements in the industry. We're really working towards continuing to offer those flexible and adaptable platforms. So as they continue to change, our customers can easily pivot as required to meet those requirements, because in every day, in reality, those do change very quickly, and our infrastructure makes an impact, and other things that really try to drive a level of complexity that our customers are dealing with every day.
NI is big on organic innovation, and it's also making key acquisitions to really take, I mean, test and measurement is important, but the big data in some ways is even more important. In fact, you recently announced that you acquired NH Research, and you entered into an agreement to purchase the EV systems business of Heinziger GmbH. I speak German, so I know what that is. But my question is, why is the company choosing now to expand its footprint in the space, particularly on investments in battery validation and power electronics? What's the strategy here?
Yeah, so it's a really exciting time because, again, I think as we look at what's happening in the industry, NI is really following a lot of those trends. And as our CEO Eric Starkloff had said back in October, the focus of these acquisitions is really to accelerate NI's opportunity in that high growth EV application. So we really believe in combining the strength of NI's flexible EV test platform with these companies will only allow for test optimization from the entire workflow. So it's really considering the entire workflow. So NH Research, for example, a great company, a leader in its industry, and as we know, batteries, actually working on batteries, bringing batteries to the market, is really a critical part of EVs and the execution of EVs. And so this partnership, again, combined with our technology, will really uniquely position NI to be able to connect that workflow and provide a safer way to be able to not only validate and test those batteries, but also ensure at a production side that those batteries are safe and ready to get on the road for those consumers.
So I think I know the answer to this question, but I want not all our listeners or viewers, I think, fully understand this. And I'm curious, how important are power electronics to the future of electric vehicles? And should companies be paying more attention to it, more attention here? And why should they?
So it's amazing to see the evolution of these power electronics. They are absolutely the heart of again electric vehicles. It manages the entire power and how it's distributed within the vehicle. And so I think there's been a lot of different challenges when it comes to semiconductor shortages that are occurring today. How that supply chain is going to be managed going forward as well. But I also believe there's some great innovations and some things that are happening to make some of these modules smarter, to utilize our the components in a smarter way, but also really driving this level of what is power electronics today, but what can it be tomorrow? And so it's going to be an interesting evolution, a continued evolution, shall I say. And there's going to be a lot more innovation coming. So it's going to be exciting to watch what else they're able to do.
Yeah, we have evolved ahead of PIMICs, a simple PIMIC, into complete power systems. I actually work with a couple power vendors who literally they're helping to create alongside NI to add hundreds of miles to distance to future cars based on the efficiency and the science of it. So it absolutely makes a tremendous difference. And I don't think there's any car company on the planet that can't take this seriously. I mean, certainly the stock market's been driving this. When you look at the valuation of the companies that the investors think are worthy for the future, and that's kind of a combination of EV, ADAS, and AD. But that's why I think these companies, first and foremost, is people are expecting them there, and I think they'll be rewarded with that.
Absolutely.
Let me come back to Earth a little bit here and ask you about test data, how it's being used. Should it change? Is it be doing right? Can it be done better?
So it's always an interesting topic to discuss, and I think there's the automotive world has brought vehicles to life utilizing data in different ways, and sometimes at one point at our life, I'm sure there were more mule vehicles than there were other type of vehicles to be able to get all those over the road miles that are really needed to test in every scenario. The really neat thing is to watch again this innovation and be able to see live simulations and other things that are happening, and the level of data that's being collected every single day. There's always a way to analyze it, to read it. There is a really big opportunity to be able to take, to be able to really provide for NI to provide a solution, a test software solution that really is going to help analyze, evaluate some of this data, and hopefully at one point really simulate what's happening on the roads, collect that data, and allow for our customers to make faster decisions that are really safe. And so NI is really working on software solutions that are going to help with some of this data mining and help really do some analytics with it to be able to utilize that data in different ways and smarter ways to hopefully, again, continue to meet the aggressive timelines of bringing some of these vehicles to market.
Yeah. Are there any other benefits that you're bringing to kind of overcome the challenges? I think you just talked about time to market here. I would expect that efficiency, right? I mean, you want efficiency to get as many miles as you can out of a certain charge in their batteries. I know it's a lot more complex than that, but any other challenges you're helping overcome here?
Yeah, I think I think one big one always is efficiency, right? I mean, in the end, you can overanalyze and continue to work towards that, but efficiency is absolutely one of the benefits. But I think another real big benefit really comes back to um, providing that level of data that is really reliable, and being able to again give some of that give some of that data to the engineers to be able to make those good decisions. Try to do as much testing up in advance, so when it really comes to the production floor, you're doing minimal testing and you're trying to prove out and get modules out to hit certain production. So I think there's a level of efficiency, there's time utilization, but there's also a lot of lessons learned that you can build into the process. And so as you continue to innovate, those are already in the baseline and you're innovating on top of that. And so utilizing that data to innovate on top of that is also going to help from a timing perspective and a time to market perspective.
Yeah, something that you said really, really hit me, and that's a big change in the test and measurement space is the flexibility, right? In the past, you used to have systems that couldn't change that much aside from what they were developed for. And any brand new technology that came in, you pretty much had to replace everything. Great for some of the test and measurement folks, but there's a lot of architectures that I've seen from NI that where it's a lot more flexible, using more flexible electronics. And then as the game has evolved into data, being flexible enough to and look far enough to know into the future what future challenges are going to be. And it's been great to see in this space. So it wouldn't be a more insights and strategy podcast if I didn't ask you about the future here. Not asking for future roadmaps, future products, but how can those in the auto industry expect to see the role of test and measurement evolve moving forward? And how does this affect EVs? I mean, if this is a big data problem, I would expect it has to do a little bit with data.
Absolutely. And it's always one of those things that there absolutely a lot of different product roadmaps and people looking at what is the next architecture and what are those key initiatives that are going to be there. One of the great things that NI has done and will continue to do is exactly what you said, those flexible architectures, those flexible test solutions that we have. Because again, it is ever changing. And I think it goes back to this level of it's a core competency of ours. We're going to continue to evolve on that. We're going to utilize all of that base and lesson learned, and we're really going to bring it forward into the newer technologies that we're going to be introducing when it comes to inverter testing, when it comes to really battery validation and simulation. In addition to that, we are also continuing into the ADAS area as well. And we're spending a lot of time really taking those solutions. And again, ADAS becomes a bit of a hardware thing, but in the end, it is all data. And what you do with that data and how you take, how you get that vehicle to market at that autonomous level is one of the biggest challenges. And we're really working on solutions to be able to provide that software solution, so our customers can check out every single sensor, every single camera, and really bring them all together into one, and again analyze what it takes to get these vehicles to market.
I love that, and I hope we can have you on the show when you do come out with those things. They're very close, near and dear to my heart. I think I spent most of my time at the CES show looking at automotive technology. Saw some incredible LiDAR demos, some pretty great stuff. Some of the in-cabin entertainment that some of the vendors were bringing out. It was super cool. So, Detroit 2022 Auto Show. Is it going to happen live? Odds on September 14th to 25th at Huntington Place Convention. Are you going to be there if it's on?
I will definitely be there. I have been to the auto show, I think since the age of 10. So I am a car nut. I love it. It's exciting to see all the new stuff that comes out. You end up, when you work in auto, I know every day we get to see some really cool things. We get to see some of the new things that are coming out that we're not supposed to talk about, but when they actually hit the floor, and you were a part of creating that great vehicle, it's the auto show is where you get to celebrate, and you're very proud of it. So
I love to hear about that. And at a future time, we can talk about being car nuts together. My son too. So we just love this, and I'm probably gonna. I've never been to the Detroit Auto Show, but I am pretty sure I'm going to go this year because I'm looking forward to seeing all the new stuff.
well, I will. Well, you let me know, and we will definitely go and see the showroom and hang out a little bit. Because I tell you, when you talk about Germany and everything, I had a couple of really nice cars when I lived in Munich, and we tested out the powertrains. They were pretty good on the German roads there. So
I love it, and I might be a fan of German cars. I don't know. This is for another conversation. I like American cars too. Don't get me wrong, but
that's
I have a
right.
personal affinity for German cars that are fast. So,
Fast.
Drita, I want to thank you so much for coming on. I think I felt like this is a great segment for the podcast, and I appreciate you bringing all these insights to our viewers. So, thank you
Awesome.
so much, and we hope to have you back.
I really, really appreciate the time, Pat, and thank you so much for everything.